Now I'd like to turn to another great modeler, John Thomas Reynolds, who is a scratch builder with soda can cardboard. I had never thought about using this until I saw John using it and talked to him, but it makes all the sense in the world to me, and I think you'll agree once you see what he can build with it. John, welcome.
Welcome, and how are we all doing today?
We're getting there, slow and sure.
Snow and sure, yes, I understand. You're over on the other coast where you're probably getting plenty of the stuff too.
No, well, we're in Florida and it's nice and dry down here right now, just a little cool.
Oh, Florida's cool, yes, not a problem. Yeah, I'd mentioned that I was working on a station project. I've only got one wall recently done, so here we are. And I want to show you kind of how some of the stuff I do. I'm using just good old stuff from a file card to give me my clapboard siding. So you can see how I've put that together. I've already done my windows from a piece of scrap plastic. There's one of the little windows, if I got that right. And someone asked me how I did my doors and windows. Well, if I can get it out of the little box here that I got so I can keep from losing things. Here's one of the doors. And I thought I'd show another model that really shows just what's possible from my mind. We can tell what this is, but I modeled it under construction, and yeah, there's not a single piece of strip wood in this thing. And so now I'm ready for questions. I'm hearing Simon and Garfunkel. Are we okay?
Have you tried cereal box cardboard?
I have. I will use it for larger buildings. I don't use it for the smaller buildings simply because it gives a lot more fuzz than the soda boxes.
Oh.
So, here's another crazy thing I did while I was trying to answer a thing. Even the posts on this are from that cereal box.
It's amazing to me how you can get the cereal box to look like that. That to me is just amazing work.
Thank you. Well, it comes a lot from, I showed you these pins. I've actually got others that I also use, but just artist pins to give me the wood. I've even gone a little crazy and built a bridge for another project.
What was the glue you said you used?
90% of the time I use Glue All. Good old Elmer's Glue All. I also will use Eileen's tacky glue for different reasons. The tacky glue is thicker, so it can be a problem at sometimes.
Pounce wheels to introduce any texture into your cardboard?
I've been known to use pins, the back of a razor blade, or the back of like an X-Acto knife. I don't use X-Acto knives a lot. I don't like the fact they roll off the table, and I'm usually barefoot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've had pointed conversations with a few X-Acto knives over the years. Fortunately, not bad ones, because I've still got quick reflexes, but.
John, what have you tried to build with the soda box card that you just gave up on?
This that I'm working on?
Well,
what?
anything that you tried to build with the soda pop box that you gave up on it and decided to do something else?
It's not that I've ever exactly given up. There are a few things in which I've gone, okay, that didn't work, and come across a different way to try and achieve the same goals. A lot of
Can you give me an example of what that would be? What I'm trying to do is try to get some idea of what I shouldn't do with this.
I started actually building paper models like the ones Paul Egri does and those things, and the printout stuff. And then I just slowly progressed from there when I found things that there wasn't a paper model for. And then I said, the real change came when I wanted to build an engine house. And there wasn't a kit that I liked or anything else. And it was an exercise in how far can I take this thing? And that's when I learned to, like I show here, actually frame my own walls. It's a pain, and I won't say it isn't. That's why I'm only at one wall so far on the station. But I figure about another 5 days and I might actually have at least all the walls done.
That's a question, John, I have for you. It's Larry McDonald here. In laying up your walls, I know you use about 4 courses of the cardboard. Do you just lay up two layers at a time with the glue in between and then put weights on and wait till that dries? Or do you attempt to do all 4 and then wait it for a long period of time?
I'll give you this wall right here, which is the back wall of the station. I actually began earlier today. What I do is I made the doors and windows first so that I could know where they'd go on the wall. Then I cut out one thickness, and this is where I use the Aleenes because I can spread the Aleenes. It dries fairly, or it's tacky, almost instantaneous, and dries relatively quickly. So then it's just one cut out the doors, windows, 2 cut out the doors, windows, 3 cut out the doors, windows, 4 cut out the doors and windows, and then start going from there. And putting on like I am with the clapboard right now.
What's a tip you can give me so that I'm cutting out the doors and windows in the same place on the 4 pieces of card?
What I do is, like I use one piece of card that I actually cut it in. Then I glue the next piece to it, give it a couple of seconds for that joint to set, and then cut right through.
And using the first cut as your guide.
You got it.
Same with the 3rd, same with the 4th.
You've got it. I used to try cutting through 2 and 3 layers. And I don't care what I use for a cutting tool, it bends too much. So that's when I learned to do it just one at a time.
You use a razor blade, you said, for most of your cutting. How do you cut the corners?
The joke would be very carefully, but actually, like I'm working on this right now, and you'll see I'll have it cut this one corner cut out almost in just a second, just by working the razor blade into the corners. And you can see I now have the window opening.
Yeah.
Nice
Gotcha.
square corners. Would an X-Acto knife be easier? Yes. But I've had problems with the X-Acto knives bending a little bit. I get a little better result with the razor blade.
Got it.
When you say that you have a little bit of a problem with the X-Acto knives, have you tried one of the heavier X-Acto knife blades instead of a number 11? I don't know the other heavier blade number
I
off the
haven't
top of my
really
head.
used like the number fives or a couple of others that are out there that are a little more stout, a little more solid. They'd probably make my life a little easier. With the number 11, well, I actually had proof of why I don't use a number 11, because as I was making a cut with a razor blade on one of the other walls, I actually broke off a corner of the razor blade. So I do put it down. Fine motor skills was not a gift I was given at birth.
Okay, and then my other final question I think I've got for you is, have you tried to build any rolling stock with a sway back to the roof or to the floor?
Not yet. I'm looking at the John Allen article on it, and that is on the horizon. I'm just not sure how near that horizon is. The old John Allen article from the 50s on building swayback cars. Yeah, I've got that article.
That's
And I
exactly
am
what
looking at
triggered
it.
my question.
Yeah, well, my magazine collection is not the newest.
What are you using for paint? Do you have issues with the material warping or swelling?
This is good old fashioned from Walmart apple barrel paint. I get most of my paint actually from good old from Michaels or whatever, and I use their cheap acrylic paints. Every so often I find that I've got bumps that I have to work out because their milling is not the best. But this wall's painted, both sides. As you can see, not much of a warp to it. And by the time I'm finished, there won't be any.
Well, I think it's amazing. I can't get over the skill that you have and the ability that you have to take that and work those models. I'm really looking forward to you and Paul getting together and you building one of his buildings. I think that's going to really be something interesting for everybody and hopefully get other people interested in building in card.
Absolutely. Well, I know you're having the series on scratch building. And if I can figure out how to use a video camera better, I might even be willing to join in on one of those ideas and show how I literally scratch build from nothing.
Well, Chris is here tonight. Chris,
Yeah,
I'll
it sounds
let
like
you,
a plan to me.
so I'll let you contact John about that, and you guys can work out when he can do it.
Yeah, I'm still on the learning curve for Zoom, so you can tell it took me a long time to graduate from chisel and slate. It was finding out that the carrier pigeons don't move the slate very well that finally got me to change and learn how to use something else.
If you ask Clark will tell you that you're even further ahead than I am. So, you know, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's I like to have my children around for technical support, and unfortunately, the one that's still living with me is about to move to Missouri, so it's going to get more interesting. I'm actually going to have to teach myself.
Does anybody else have any more questions this evening for John? Well, John, thanks so very much. I appreciate it. I think your station is going to be gorgeous once you get it finished. And I'm really looking forward to the build that you're going to be doing on with Paul. And thanks so much for being here. And if you do want to participate in the scratch building on Saturday, I encourage you to do it.
And
Yeah.
swayback cars are going to be the name of the game.
Let me know when, because I think that'd be a blast.
Well, you got it. Well, thanks again for being here this evening. I really do appreciate it.